My dear guests, I am Mr. Rourke, your host. Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Are you an emotional PlayStation? My name is Charles. I want to welcome you to my channel. I'm living in the Philippines, and this topic is going to be are you an emotional PlayStation? I'm noticing that men are suffering all over the world. I'm a life coach, brand strategist, and a recovery coach. And there's been some disturbing things going on that men may not know or understand. I'm going to use this story as an example. There's a thing called the dysfunctional family. There are four types. I am the hero in the dysfunctional family. I'm very smart. I'm very good in school. However, I was poorly socially taught how to navigate in real life, which made me naive. And it has caused problems in my life until I was taught what I needed to know. Now, here's the thing, my mother passed at the age of 4. I'd had no female education about women whatsoever. The first woman that came into my life, my dad remarried at 10. So that left a real void in my life. And I became the hero personality in the dysfunctional family unit that I was raised in. And I noticed that because I had not received the love and support from a mother, it left a void in my personality. And I had been living that out for decades, and it's caused nothing but problems. That's why it's the hero. We call it the hero because you're always riding to save somebody else's problem or life. We act from sympathy instead of empathy. We want to come in because we want to be loved so bad that we will respond to a woman's dilemma and go and fix it, expecting her, all right, to say, well, I want to fall in love with you. And it don't work like that. And we're seeing this shit over here in the Philippines. And I'm saying, no, this is really bugging me. We're seeing men being used. They come over here at a certain age and they don't know what happened to them and they're still living it out. They're being taken advantage of. And I say, I got to say something because I'm saying they're living out what we call Captain Save-A-Ho. Here it is, these women will play on your feelings and realize you have been conditioned by a female, your mother, to respond to a woman's feeling, and it will destroy your life. Because I don't care if you don't like it, because it's the truth. When we're raised as children, we respond to the emotions of people around us. It damages us. We come out of these dysfunctional relationships, and then we try to live a normal life out in the world, and we just get emotionally hurt, abused. And when I came here to the Philippines, I was able to decompress from those emotional woundings, but I'd also been through a recovery process which taught me about the abusive nature of women. They are emotional bullies. And when you come over here, if you don't know what's wrong with you, you're going to fall into these traps over and over again. You're going to get hurt. They're going to take your money, all of that. That's why I say you an emotional PlayStation because they're going to play on your feelings. They're going to be manipulative. And if you are naive, if you're coming over here to think you're going to find a Filipina that's going to be loving and caring, I'm going to point this out. There's a channel called Smart Girl Philippines. She will tell you the truth. She says most Filipinas are not worth your time. I'm going to repeat that. Most Filipinas are not worth your time. When I came over here, what was important to me was my spiritual, mental, and physical health. The relationship with the Filipino was way down the list. Even though I did come over here from a long distance relationship, when I finally met her and saw that she had emotional issues, it didn't last 7 months. It didn't. And I want to help other men avoid these pitfalls, not only in coming here in the Philippines, but also what's happening on the world stage. It is out in the open that most women give up their virginity to one man. That's all they got. But they typically don't marry that man. but they've given up their best value to someone for God knows what. And then, if you look at the Bible, it says when Eve touched the tree of life and she felt shame and guilt, she went and seduced Adam. What more do you need to know? What more do you need to know? Because this is what I'm going to put to you. If you come to the Philippines, realize you just sold everything, you walked away from your job or retired, and you're going to bring your resources over here, you're going to find a place to stay, and then you're going to look for social activities and try to find you a woman. Let's put it that way. What you have done, you have made a commitment. You have taken a leap of faith. You have made a commitment. You have brought your resources over here. And my question to you is, what can a Filipina bring into a relationship to match what you just put up? Your level of commitment, because you done made a commitment to come here. She didn't go to America. What is it that she can bring into your life to make it worth you sharing what it took you 40 years to save? Put it in the comments. I want to know this. Make this shit make sense. What is it that a woman's going to bring into your life that you didn't spend 30, 40 years to obtain? What does she have that is worth that from you? Because realize you done made a commitment. You done took a leap of faith. You have come to this country, and she can't come to America unless you pay for her to come. You got to get her a visa, passport. You, as an American, can come and go as you please. So I'm saying, what does she bring to a relationship to make it worth you sharing with her? I want to know that one. Because I was talking to a guy the other day. He said, look, I ain't come over here to try and train a woman how to be with a man. We've come to the same conclusion that some of these women have not really been trained to be a wife. I don't care what them other people on YouTube tell you. Here's one of the dumbest statements I ever heard. He said, well, there's some nice Filipinos over here. And I'm saying, all you did was meet their representative. You didn't meet them. If you haven't been in a relationship with them, you didn't meet a nice Filipino. You got that fact, reasonable facsimile that they present to you. You don't get to meet the real Filipino until you try to deal with her. So I ask you, what can they bring to a relationship to make it worth your while to share what you brought to this world? Because odds is you're going to be on a higher economic level, and they're going to look at that. You have brought a level of commitment, maturity. What does she bring to the relationship to make it worth your while? I'm serious. Let me show you something. I'm going to show y'all something. This is some of the stuff. You see this here? This is a 500 peso. 500 pesos. It don't look like much. It's a piece of paper. But realize it took me 40 years to save that piece of paper. Let me tell you what else is in this paper. I want you to pull out the paper in your pocket or your GCash card and start walking through this. I'm going to tell you what's in this 500 peso. That I was hit by a car. That's in here. I had to survive that. I had to stand up against the Ku Klux Klan by myself. That's what's in there. Now, I'm asking you, when you go through your life, what is it about these women anywhere that can make you share what you have obtained in the world? What makes them worth? What makes a woman with 2, 3, 4 children worth you being with? When you don't even have 2. See, the first one is a mistake. Everything after that is a choice, guys. Everything after that is a choice, and you do have no reason to hit yourself to her life, the choices she's made. You're better than that. If you didn't do that to yourself, why would you let them do that to you? Think about that. What you're about to sign up for, if you haven't done that to yourself, why would you allow them to do it to you? I'm serious. That's what I'm saying. You're an emotional PlayStation. Your mother has taught you how to respond to emotions. Your mother taught you that if you had a healthy mother. And even then, that makes you an emotional PlayStation for a woman. A woman cannot teach you to be a man. Only a man can teach you to be a man that's been through that. And here it is at this age. It took me 40 years just to learn this. And it took a woman to teach it to me during the recovery process. This is stuff I didn't even know. I knew about me being the hero and that it would make me naive, and I didn't have any socialization skills. I learned that through one therapy session. I have a lot of other emotional abuse that I've had to work through over the decades. And the main thing is that I learned to love me first. Put yourself first. And I'm going to suggest that you look at Smart Girl Philippines because she going to tell you the truth. The real truth is you're the prize. Most of these Filipinos are not worth your time. Choose the one that choose you. Good luck with that one. Because I'm staying here in Cebu and it's like my time is my most valuable asset. My time. And then my health. Not only my physical health, but my mental health. Why would I fuck that up trying to be with one of them? I'm not. It took me too long to get this far, and I have no desire to fuck that up again. Click like and click share. I'm thinking of starting a men's support group. It's going to be free. It's going to be a Zoom meeting. There's a link in the description. You can sign up for my newsletter and you'll get notified there once I find that there's enough interest. Thank you for watching. See you next week.